Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video that I am super excited for. It is going to be a video of me trying out a whole bunch of new makeup. Well, at least makeup that's new to me. Some of this is older stuff that I just haven't really played with yet, and some of this is newer releases and also stuff that I have been sent, stuff that I have just purchased from my last haul, which I will link down below if you want to see my latest Sephora haul. But yeah, so I'm just gonna sit down and kind of try all these products out right now for the very first time, and you guys can kind of see my initial thoughts on them, if I like them, if I don't like them. So yeah, we're just gonna jump on into it. It is a beautiful day outside, the sun is shining, the birds are chirping, I have my iced coffee, so it will be a good video. So make sure, if you're not already subscribed, to click that little heart down in the corner. That will subscribe you to my channel. And yeah, let's just jump on into it. Alright, so my face is freshly washed. There's no moisturizer on it or anything. So I'm going to try out a new moisturizer. This is just a little teensy tiny sample size of the Glam Glow Water Burst Hydrated Glow Moisturizer. I got this from one of my Sephora perks. So I am going to try this out. It smells amazing. I honestly love everything Glam Glow for the most part, so I kind of have really high hopes for this guy. It feels so good. I'm pretty picky when it comes to my moisturizers. I don't want anything too thick feeling, especially before I go and put on my makeup. Even though I am pretty dry, I like my moisturizer to be nice and lightweight, and this feels really nice and light. It almost feels watery. I guess that's probably because it's called Water Burst, but it does. It feels really nice and liquidy, and feels almost more like a serum than like an actual moisturizer, but it feels awesome. All right, so I let that sink into my skin for a few minutes, and I can still kind of feel it on top of my skin. There is a little bit of a barrier of moisture sitting on top of my skin, so I personally don't mind it, but I feel like if you do have even the slightest oily skin, it's one that you might want to wait even longer before putting on your foundation so there's no slip, but it feels like it's sunken into my skin enough that I can move on to my primer. I don't have any new primers at the moment, so I'm just going to go in with one of my tried and trues. This is the Benefit Professional. Alright, so I'm going to be testing out a new foundation, or at least a new foundation for me. I honestly don't know when this came out. I haven't heard too many people talk about it, so I feel like it is a little bit newer. I don't know. It is the Rimmel Lasting Finish 24-Hour Breathable Foundation. And it is medium coverage, and let me just kind of read the claims. So it is lightweight perfecting foundation with medium coverage, buildable technology that moisturizes up to 25 hours. I don't know who tests these foundations. Really, who's wearing these for 25 hours? It has a very unique applicator. It has kind of one of those doe foot ones, which I honestly kind of like. The only thing is, as a makeup artist, these can be very unsanitary. If I was using these on clients, what I would do is just take a little bit, pour it onto the back of my hand or a palette, and then use it. But since this will just be for my personal use, I am just going to use it and apply it with this little guy. I hope this color is correct. I am just freshly tanned, so I have a bit more of a glow. So I'm just going to do a few little stripes on my face. I kind of like this applicator. It feels really nice. All right, I got some on. I'm gonna take my sponge and blend it on out. So far, I think the color was pretty perfect, actually. It's matching my self-tan pretty well. It definitely is not full coverage. Obviously, it didn't claim to be, but I'm still seeing quite a bit of my discoloration poke through, some of my acne spots. So I'm gonna go back in with another layer and see if I can build this guy up a bit. built it up a little bit. It's definitely not full coverage, but I could build it up quite a bit in the areas that I did have a bit more kind of problem spots. For me personally, I prefer either like a full coverage foundation or just something super light. Like if I'm gonna go through the trouble of putting on a medium coverage foundation and building it up, I might as well just find a full coverage foundation. But so far it does feel nice on the skin. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of concealer now. I'm going to take the Kylie Skin Concealer, the Kylie Cosmetics one, and this is in the shade, I think it's Bone. I have used this before. I really like it. I don't really have a new concealer at the moment, but I do really like this. It's probably a little bit light for me right now since I am a bit more tanned than usual, but it's a really good concealer. It blends out really nice. It feels nice and hydrating underneath the eyes. Next, I am going to go in with the Smashbox Contour Sticks. This is an older product, but I just haven't personally ever tried it before. So I'm going to give it a go. So you get 3 sticks. You get a highlighting one, a contouring one, and then a bronzing one. I'm going to apply a little bit onto my under eye area just to see how it kind of layers on top of my foundation and concealer. I'm going to take it down the bridge of the nose. A little bit up onto my forehead area, a little bit onto my chin. Then I'm going to take the bronzing shade and just kind of use it in some areas to warm up the skin tone. So this one came nice and sharpened, so that's good. And I'm just going to apply it a little bit here. I don't know how pigmented these are, so hopefully this isn't too much. We're gonna leave it like that. Then I'm gonna take the contour shade, which is a bit more of a cool tone shade. I'm going to use it in the places you would normally contour. Underneath the eye, blended really easily. Really easily, wow. Sometimes stick contours like this or highlighters can be really tricky to blend out because they're almost too, matte, well at least on my skin, but this one is blending like a dream so far. I'm going to take it and blend it back into my hairline a little bit, just so I don't get any harsh lines, but that's blending out really nice as well. Let's see how this on my jawline blends. Easy peasy. All right, so far so good. Next, I'm just gonna quickly kind of powder underneath my eyes just to set everything. I don't have a new translucent powder, so I'm just using my RCMA No Color powder. And I'm just taking a tiny bit on to my already dampened beauty sponge and just patting it into my skin. Okay, so I think I'm going to move on to eyes before I go and finish up the rest of my face. And I am super excited to play around with my eyes because I will be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam Palette. I didn't think I was gonna buy this, but I ended up caving, and I was setting up today and I ended up dropping it and I broke the bronze shade a little bit, but luckily it wasn't too big of a deal. All right, so I think today I want to go with kind of like a warm, rosy, peachy, summery kind of look. So I'm going to go in first with that shade Tempera. I'm going to take it on a big fluffy brush and I'm just going to apply this all over my lid and then take the remainder up onto that kind of crease and brow bone area as well. All right, next I'm going to take that same brush and I'm going to go into Orange Soda. So that's the color right there. It's kind of an orangey peachy kind of shade. I'm taking teeny bits and then just kind of building it up the way I want it. Okay, there we go. Next, I'm going to take that burnt orange color right underneath. And this time I'm gonna, same brush, but I'm gonna focus it even more in the crease. And then blend it up from there. There we go. I'm gonna take burnt orange and apply it a bit more into the corner of my eye. I'm gonna mix a teensy bit of that sienna color as well and just kind of pack that on the outer corner. Their shadows are so pigmented, so buttery. I honestly didn't even really need to do a first impressions of this palette. I kind of knew already I was gonna love it. So next I'm going to play around with a little bit of the shimmer shades. First, I'm going to take the shade Rose Pink and apply it all over my eyelid. So that color is really nice and shimmery. You get a nice kind of like metallic look to it. You can definitely like layer it up and kind of build it up the way you want. I think that's really pretty. I'm gonna take that blending brush and just kind of blend that crease a smidge. And then I'm going to go in with that shade Glisten, which is kind of a goldy, champagne-y kind of shade. And I'm going to pack that on the center of the eyelid. And then I'm just going to deepen up that outer corner just a smidge more by taking Sienna. And then on that big fluffy brush again, taking orange soda again and just swiping it lightly on top. All right, well I went and finished up my other eye, and then now I'm going to go and add a little bit of a liquid liner. I'm going to go and take this liner by Pixie Beauty, and this is the Lash Line ink, and it is a felt tip liner, which I love. So I'm excited to try this guy out. I'm pretty picky when it comes to my liquid liners, so let's see if this will live up to my expectations. Let's see how it works doing a wing. I kind of have to push it down a little bit to get a little bit of the ink out, so yeah, it's just not as inky as I would like. Come on. Okay, not gonna lie, that was kind of a struggle to get that winged liner. It definitely isn't my favorite liquid liner I have ever tried. It is drugstore price, so that is good. It's not outrageously expensive, and it got the job done, but let's try better. All right, well that wasn't my best liquid liner or wing liner I've ever done, but it worked. Next, I'm going to go and add a little bit of stuff to my bottom lashes, and I am going to take another liner from Pixie Beauty, and this is their Endless Ink eye pen. So it is this guy right here. It's just a really nice coppery rose gold shade. It is called Rose Glow, and I'm going to apply it to my lash line. So I applied it to my waterline and then down onto my lash line as well. It is really, really creamy and very pigmented as well. And then I'm going to smoke that out a bit. I'm going to take that burnt orange and sienna shade together on a little brush like this and just kind of blend that out. And then I'm going to take a little bit of a more fluffy brush and take burnt orange and orange soda and blend and smoke that out even more. So I'm applying that just right underneath that color and just kind of softening up any lines with those two shades. I like that eyeliner. It added a little bit of like a shimmer or like a sheen to my lower lash line. I can see like a little bit of that like gold, rose gold kind of particles in the light, which is really pretty. And then next I'm going to try out a new mascara. I got sent this mascara from Essence. I absolutely love their lash extension mascara. It's in a purple tube. It's really good. So I'm excited to try out another one of theirs. Their products are super nice and affordable, which I love. So this is what the wand looks like. So this mascara is very lengthening and separating. Usually I go for more kind of like thickening, volumizing mascaras, but this one's actually really nice. I'm really liking it. It separates them really well. Then I'm gonna go one more time and see if I can build up that top lash even more. Yeah, I like it. All right, I went and popped on some false eyelashes just to make this look a little more glamorous. And now I have some new brow products to try. I don't try out too many brow products very often because I'm pretty stuck in my ways with my like current go-tos, but Pop Beauty was amazing and sent me over some awesome brow products, so I'm excited to give these a try. This is the Peak Performance Brow Pencil, and I think I'm going to like it just because of the way that it is kind of formulated. So it is one of those pencils that you twist up and they have a little bit of like the triangle shape. Anastasia Beverly Hills has one like that, Benefit does, and I really do enjoy them. And then of course it has a spoolie on the end, which I love as well. So really like the packaging. I'm always scared to try brow products. Okay, so I'm going to start underneath my brow. Let's see the shade. The shade might be good actually. So I'm just kind of underlining the brows. I think I'm going to try the darker shade and see how that one goes. This one is filling it in nicely, but isn't quite as like defined as I would like. So maybe the darker shade will work better. So the darker shade is definitely working a lot better than the lighter taupe one. So this is actually a really, really nice shade for my brows. It's a cool tone, which is working really good with my natural shade. So I went and finished my brows off camera, and I ended up really liking the way that this brow turned out when I did it off camera. This one's just still didn't quite work out exactly how I liked, but I do like the product. I feel like it's almost like a combination of mousse or like a pomade and a pencil. Like it's a bit more of a thicker consistency than most typical pencils, which I kind of like. I feel like my brow hairs are a little bit more like stuck, if that makes sense. Next, I'm just going to use a little bit of bronzer. I don't have any bronzer at the moment, so I'm just going to be using one of my go-tos. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and just kind of adding a little bit more bronzeness to my face. And then next, I also got sent from Essence one of their blushes. This is the Mosaic blush in the shade All You Need Is Pink. And it's a really nice, like peachy, pinky, corally shade that I think will go really well with this look. That's really pretty. It gives almost just like a nice natural flush to the skin. It's not completely matte, but it's not shimmery or shiny either, which is kind of my favorite kinds of blushes. The next product I'm super excited to try out, it is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy highlighter. I have heard so many good things about this, so I knew I had to go and purchase it. So this is what it looks like. It is beautiful, champagne-y, goldy. I've heard that it's really good for all skin tones. I've seen super, super fair people wear it, and I've seen super deep skin people wear it as well. So that is nice to know. So I'm just gonna take a little bit onto my highlighting brush and just apply it to, so good. Okay, 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 okay. Oh my gosh. She is glowing. Gonna take a little bit on the nose. This highlighter is beautiful. I hope it is coming off as gorgeous on camera as it is in person, because it really is really beautiful. Last, to finish off this look, would be lips, and I really don't have anything new for lips, or at least nothing like new and exciting, like no new launches or new products. Let's see what I got kicking around. All right, I'm gonna go in with this MAC lipstick. This is in the shade Hug Me, and it is a newer one for me. I've only used it once, so I'm gonna play around with it again. It's kind of like a darker, deeper nude. Ooh, I've only ever worn this when I haven't been self-tanned, so it's always been kind of like a deeper, darker shade on me, but when I'm self-tanned, it's looking really nice and natural, actually. That's a really pretty color, so I'm just going to top it off because I want a little bit more of like a shimmery, glowy look. So I'm going to take the Huda Beauty lip strobe in the shade Ritzy. Alright, well there was my final look of my first impressions. I absolutely love the way that this look turned out. I think everything turned out pretty freaking good. The only thing I may be a little bit iffy on is the foundation. It's looking good. I feel like my texture is pretty noticeable today, so I don't know if it's because of that or if it's just a bad day. So it's definitely something I'm gonna have to play around with a bit more and kind of see how it wears, obviously, throughout the day. So that's definitely kind of a maybe at the moment. The liquid liner by Pixie, I don't think is something that I will be reaching for too often. It was just a little bit too dry for my liking. What else? The blush I enjoyed. The brow products I was pretty impressed by. I think it's something that I will continue to kind of play with. I enjoyed the eyeshadow palette, obviously. I knew I was going to. The highlighter, obviously. What else did I try out? The lower lash line, I really liked. The contour kit I really liked as well, the contour sticks, especially the two contour and highlight shades. I think I will reach for those guys a lot as well. The moisturizer is something I'm still gonna have to kind of play with, but overall, I'm gonna say that this was a pretty successful look. I hope you guys liked this video. If you want to see more kind of first impressions of me kind of trying out products for the first time and letting you know what I think, then definitely give this video a thumbs up. Thank you all so much for being here today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!